Imagine yourself uncovering a cache of materials and documents that record a past whose future never arrived. Imaginary Archive is just such a repository of printed materials, objects, and narratives that imagine an alternative history, which nevertheless sheds a surprisingly strong light on concrete realities. Hi, I'm Gregory Shillette, and I invited participants from Galway, Ireland, Wellington, New Zealand, Graz, Austria, and Kyiv, Ukraine, and others around the globe to produce documents about this past, this imaginary archive, this imaginary future.
My name is Larissa Babi, and I'm an independent curator who's been working in Kyiv for the past 8 years. When I first met Greg and Olga and learned about the Imaginary Archive, I immediately thought that we have to do this project in Ukraine. Here we have a small but intense community of contemporary artists who are socially and politically engaged and devoted to continuous critical reflection on who they are as citizens of Ukraine and citizens of the world. They're grappling with this country's Soviet history and also its present position between Europe and Russia. Today, Ukraine is very unstable. What we need most is not more physical violence or struggles for power over this land and these people, but artistic reflection on our place in the world and in relation to one another. The vector proposed by Imaginary Archive, a sort of looking back to be able to see the present moment from a different angle, is very relevant for Ukraine's current situation, one that is just forming and reconfiguring itself at all levels, not only politically and economically, but at its foundation, culturally.
Hi, I'm Greg Shillette, and I'm the archivist for Imaginary Archive, a collection of documents about a past whose future never arrived. These are a couple of examples of the publications found in Imaginary Archive, come from artists all over the world, including New Zealand, Ireland, Austria, and soon Kyiv, Ukraine. What do I mean by a past whose future never arrived? Well, we ask artists to explore the possibility of utopian futures that were never realized, or perhaps dangerous futures that were never realized. Those are the alternative histories, the alternative presents that exist inside Imaginary Archive.
Our international team of curators and artists would be very grateful for any contribution you can make to the production of Imaginary Archive in Kyiv in April. In the case that we are overfunded, we will donate any additional costs to the ongoing civic protest movement on Maidan.